everybody. Welcome in. It is Main Street Today time, and this is a chock full show. Thank goodness we've made it through the storms. Not everybody made it through unscathed. We'll talk a little bit about that a little later because someone we talked to earlier in the week actually got hit, and we want to talk about that. But a lot of you guys, speaking of hit, are in town to write or create hit songs for yourself or for somebody else. And I first learned about our friend Scott Southworth, talked about him, and I said, if Scott talks about him, I know he's a good guy. So Barry Neal Shrum joins us from Shrum Hicks. How are you?
I am doing just great, Devin. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
Well, you know, a lot of people are here to make it in the music industry, and if I told them once, I've told my babies, my song babies, I've told them a million times, run your songs and your music like a business. And you teach that. Literally, they don't just get an attorney with you, they get a teacher.
That's right. I am a full-time instructor over at Belmont. I teach about 4 classes each semester. Usually, well, I've got one class I've been teaching for over 10 years. It's called Entertainment Law and Licensing. And part of that class is exactly that. It's showing the celebrity, the entertainer, how to run a business and how to license their products and how to protect their products. So it is a big part of what I do. I think I told you earlier before the show, I've got the heart of an educator. I started in the academia lane, and it's just been part of my passion ever since. So about 6 years ago, Mark Volman, who was the lead singer for the Turtles, by the way.
Wow.
Yes, he teaches at Belmont, and at the time he was the chair of that department. And Mark invited me to come over, and I was just so happy. And I've been doing that ever since.
Well, Barry, you and your partner, Rush Hicks, have created a way, and I saw it on Facebook, a way for the singer-songwriter or the artist to start monetizing their property, their intellectual property, which is what a song is.
Correct.
And so tell me a little bit about that.
Well, there are a number of ways you can monetize your properties. The most exciting thing to come along in a long time was a law that was passed in December 2019. And I certainly realize the irony of saying that a law is exciting. I know I'm a geek in that way, but this was the Music Modernization Act. And what it did is to create a way or an organization that will collect royalties from all of the digital sources that are being used these days by people who consume music. Spotify, Pandora, the things which traditionally songwriters have not seen a lot of royalty income from. So when we talk about new ways to monetize your property, that's what we're talking about. The Music Licensing Collective is going live in April, and we'll be beginning to collect royalties from these places and then distributing those to the stakeholders involved in the music that is being used, and that will include songwriters. And there's a number of things that songwriters need to do to take advantage of that new law, and we can help them achieve that.
That's the first call people need to make, because a lot of them think, well, I just have no way to get money now. I have no way. And if you give up, then okay. But if you call Barry and Rush and let them walk you through it, I looked at your website. You are on fire when it comes to licensing and product and branding, putting those together. Tell me a little bit about what you do there.
Oh my goodness. And this all kind of stems back to those days when the songwriters started losing those revenues, Devin, back in the days of Napster, in the early 2000s, when Napster started giving away music for free, songwriters started losing their revenue. And when there's that big of a glut in an industry like the entertainment industry, people like myself, people who are part of the chain of making those things happen, people aren't paying me as many fees as they used to, right? So during that time, I started looking in other areas of entertainment, and one of those was, I ran across Damon John, who is on the Shark Tank. And through that experience, I began to do a lot of his licensing deals. And Damon is very big on the brand. You know, he has a book called The Brand Within. And so I began to be exposed to that aspect of celebrity, and it's one that a lot of celebrities don't think about. Each celebrity has the right to their person, to their persona, and they can license that right. And in some states, that even exists after they die, the posthumous right of publicity. So that's all part of it. So every celebrity is a brand. And has that ability to license themselves, and so that's a lot of what I talk about and what I do in that arena.
There's something really special that I loved too. You have something called the VIP Consultation Experience. Tell me a little bit about that, because I think everyone, whether you're an entertainer, a creator, a writer, whether you are an entrepreneur and you're starting a new business, this is very important. So everybody listen.
Yeah, and it grew out of a philosophy I have that all of our clients at Shrum Hicks and Associates are very important people. You know, we treat the lowest client, the client who's just getting into business, the same way we treat the celebrities of the world that we represent, because they're important too. And so one of the things, as you and I have talked about before, about the legal practice is people are so scared that, you know, I'm going to call my lawyer, I'm going to talk to him for, 2 minutes, and he's going to charge me for 6, and it's going to be $50, $75, and that adds up. And I call him 2 or 3 times, and then I have him review this and that. I'm going to get a bill for $3,000 or $4,000. So people avoid lawyers for that reason, and they won't seek legal counsel. So we started the VIP counsel program as sort of a way to remedy that fear, and provide an alternative way of billing, and that is you pay us a flat fee every month, depending on who you are, what you are, and what you want us to do. And that flat fee is all you pay us, and we consult with you on that level, and we call that the VIP counsel program. So thank you for bringing that up.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant. I think that is so important, because a lot of people need help. I talked with a wonderful artist over the weekend, and when he first came to town, he signed a deal, thought it was the end all be all. And the second he signed it, the guy held up a paper and said, "Now I own you."
Ain't that the truth? And that happens every day, doesn't it, Devin?
Mm-hmm.
One of my very first clients was a band called the Dixie Devils. I don't think they even play music anymore. We're going back 20 years ago. One of my first clients in Nashville, and they walked into the United Artists Tower. And as you know, that's no longer an office complex, but back at the time, it was an office complex to all kinds of people. And some of them were what I call bottom feeders, the people who feed off the desires of people to make a success in the music industry. And they entered this guy's office, and of course he's got gold records all over the wall. They weren't his, and he's got a picture of himself next to Garth. It wasn't real, but he had taken it, in the midst of some fan affair. And so he sells them this bill of goods, and they sign a contract that just gives away everything. So it happens more often than not. And the shame of it is, and what hurts me is they end up, these people, spending a lot of money. Some people as much as $250,000 on these people doing things that are not really necessary and are really only benefiting the bottom feeder. So it's so important to tell those fresh faces in Nashville, don't sign anything before you see an attorney. And you can find attorneys. It doesn't have to be Shrum Hicks. You can find attorneys who will do it for you at a reasonable rate. We of course have that program that helps in that regard. But see somebody. Don't just sign the first thing that somebody puts underneath your nose.
Well, I will tell everybody to go to your website, because I want them to all look at your client list, because it's a big old client list. And it's people that I know personally and people that you will know.
Yes.
And so take a look at the client list. Let's tell people how they can find you.
Well, the easiest way to find me is through shrumhicks.com. And you will find there a bunch of tabs up at the top. One of them is the representative client list. And I would recommend you start there. That's a good place to start.
Perfect. Well, I'm so thankful for your time today, and I just encourage everybody to go to your website and find out more about Shrum Hicks. Barry, thank you.
Thank you so much, Devin. I really appreciate being on your show and all the nice things you've said, and I appreciate what you're doing here. This is educational too. So
thank you. Well, we try to let everybody know all the good stuff. Well, we're going to talk turkey hunting in just a second, so we're going to go on out to the field and see what's going on. Okay.
Well, that sounds fun.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I love him. And trust me, if you go online, you'll see some really, really interesting things that he and his partner Rush are doing. I mean, it's a great, great program. Check out that VIP program, because keep you from signing the wrong deal, which is as important as the attorney that you get. Don't sign the wrong thing. Well, earlier in the week, we talked to my friends at Houndstown, Nashville. It is a beautiful, wonderful day spa for pets. And they have a daycare. They have a long-term care boarding facility right in downtown Nashville on Hermitage Avenue. Well, yesterday's storms hit them pretty bad. Take a look. They lost some just pretty bad. And so what they have done, no dogs were hurt. They had some long-term boarders that were in, and they said none of the dogs were harmed, which is ultimate for them. But they have discontinued until they get this fixed. They've discontinued their daycare, their daily daycare, their drop-ins. So just let you know that is going on over at our friends at Houndstown. He said, thank you so much for the prayers and the nice words. Pretty cool. Let's check in real quick. Some nice things online with us today. Oh my gosh, look at all the people checking in. All right, Wayne Best. Good morning, Wayne. Steve Rame, howdy. Happy birthday to you, Steve. Had a birthday yesterday. Hi, Tony. Good to see you. And our friend Leslie watching from Germany. Thank you so much. Let's take a look. Hello from Indiana. Leslie, good to see you there. John Clayton. Hi. And I love you guys when you leave comments, if you tag somebody in there talking about that they need to learn. Good morning. There's my Elizabeth, and she's saying hi to everybody. Elizabeth's she's our Miss Congeniality of this show, if you guys didn't know. Everybody knows Elizabeth E.B., and she knows everybody. Let's see what Dave Deloach, one of the best guitar players I have ever met in my life. He is incredible. I met him through Tim Rushlow. Music is to music business as God is to religion. The former filled with life. The very refreshing to find someone in the music biz that is genuine. He's talking about Barry Shrum. So thank you. That's a really nice thing. And I have found that to be true myself. Barry is a common denominator with a lot of people that I absolutely adore. Let's see. Oh, checking in from Atlantic, Canada, Lisa Richard. Alyssa. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Everybody checking in. All right. And Perry Armstrong checking in. Good. Well, I can't say hi to everybody right now, and we're going to greet her right now. She is the queen of Durango boots. Now, I'm going to turn her. Oh, there she is. There's my queen. How are you?
Hi, Devin. I'm good.
Well, you know me. I'm a Durango girl because everybody's got a boot brand that is just their brand. And we're very loyal to that brand. But I've got my Durango boots. The reason I love them is that they're built to last. What the biggest complaint about boots is that they're not comfortable. People say, oh, I won't wear them because they're not comfortable. Durango will change your mind, won't it?
It will, Devin. And I love that you said that, because there's so many cool components of Durango that people love. And it's the comfort, it's the durability, it's the price that won't break your bank, that you're still going to get all of those awesome technology components in your boot. You can wear these suckers all day long. Your feet aren't going to get hurt, but you're still going to look great, because boots make an outfit, Devin. So again, Durango has plenty of offerings, and it's true. We do. We have something for everyone, and they're great on your feet, and we're excited to show those today.
Well, I'm so excited because I'm going to play a couple of these little image spots that it will get you in the whole Durango feel. This is it's because it's not just a boot, it's an attitude, right?
It is an attitude.
You can tell a lot about a man by his boots, where he's been, what he values, time spent on the job and in the saddle. Durango boots are built for your Western life. Tougher, lighter, and more comfortable. At Durango, we innovate boots that outperform the competition and work as hard as you do. This is Durango country.
See, doesn't that just make you want to go get in some of them boots?
It does. And that was so fun to shoot. We actually were in Colorado when we shot that clip right there. And fun fact, one of the gentlemen in that is one of our Durango reps. So he was great that we were able to use. He was actually a model. So he sells boots and also is a model. So
now that's efficient. I've got another one. And this one really sets up the whole fashion aspect, because working boots, but you really cover the fashion aspect. Let's take a look. I feel like I've watched a Lifetime movie about Durango boots. That was awesome.
Yeah, and that's an emotional one. I think there's so much connection there with the mom, the dad, their son. Actually, that's a family that we shot in Texas. They're beautiful inside and out and great people to work with. But I think that really capitalizes on, what Durango's about, and kind of with that core customer, that family aspect. Mm-hmm. And it's a beautiful, I literally almost get teary-eyed when I watch it.
I know, right? We're going to take a look. I don't know if you could see the comments, but people are wearing their Durango boots today. They're just, people are really responding. Of course, my friend Perry says he likes the Python in a size 12, please.
Okay.
Well, speaking of, let's take a look. We're going to go through some of the Durango collection and some of the pictures. We're going to start first. Let's see. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, I love this whole set of different kinds of boots. Can you see these?
I can. So I think this image is going to start with our Lady Rebel Pro collection. And Devin, this is really exciting. And I have a couple samples in front of me here that I'll kind of touch on real quickly. But what's really nice about this collection, it's more of a performance-driven collection that we're offering to women now. So it's a little bit more of a thinner outsole. It's a rubber outsole for those ladies that prefer that over leather. But what's really nice about this is it's geared towards those ladies that are in and out of the arena, that really want to kind of wear a boot that's not going to break down, that's going to be comfortable. Lady Rebel Pro has that. And one cool feature, Devin, I really want to mention about this collection here is we now have a patent on a technology on this collection, and it's actually on the outsole. So we have 2 shanks in this boot, and typically boots have 1. And what a shank does is provides midfoot support and laterability, if you will. So you're more stable. Well, now these have 2, and this is patented. So no other boot has this. So you're going to feel even double support than you would in another boot. So that's a really nice benefit and feature.
It's almost like a tennis shoe on the inside. I mean, I'm going to tell you, these with a rubber sole, oh my God.
Yes, it is. And a lot of people
It's just
compare
incredible.
tennis shoes. Yeah.
Look at the fashion here. I mean, I love this boot, this little booty.
Yes. And this is what's really exciting. Durango's now offered in a package of 9 different silhouettes for women in ankle booty. So we now have the offering if ladies don't want a boot over their shaft, over the taller part of their leg, they can actually have an ankle booty here. We have different colorways. We have brown, we have black, we have turquoise, we have really cool stitching. So everything for any lady that's looking for a really cute booty all year round, skirts, skinny jeans, dresses. You can wear this with concerts coming out this summer. Hopefully they can wear these boots and look great.
Look at the color selection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
And I will also mention comfort, Devin, as we mentioned earlier, all of these have a new engineered footbed. It's called our Durango Soul Comfort Footbed. So you have the memory foam, so your feet are not going to be tired all day. So this is new for that collection. We're really excited.
Here's another collection and yet another collection.
Yes. So this collection
I love these.
here. Yes. Those are beautiful and a little bit more of a higher silhouette. But what's really cool about them is they're perforated. So they're going to have airflow and your feet are going to get really hot and sticky in the boot all day. So there's a lot of air circulation in those styles.
Let's talk about guys. The guys who really want a boot that's a performance boot. You've got those as well.
We do.
And I want an excuse to show cowboys. I'm sorry.
That's definitely that's a good topic to talk about. And yeah, you're exactly right. So now we have a performance collection just like the women's. It's called Rebel Pro, but it's for men's. Again, has the patented dually shank, so you have twice the stability and support in these as well. And Devin, what's really nice is we have started to sign some rodeo athletes onto our team, so they're all now wearing these. So that's really exciting.
Love, 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 love. That is just fantastic. The soles, the same thing. It's all built for comfort, durability, and the staying power. I mean, these are hard performing boots.
They are hard performing boots, but they're going to hold up to the job. And that's the difference, you know, that people are going to get with Durango, that actually these are going to be there through thick and thin for those, 13-hour days on your feet. These boots are going to hold up and last.
Fantastic. Well, I'm so glad. If people wanted to find out more information about Durango boots or to order a pair or to get a pair, do you suggest going to a local retailer or do they get in touch and go directly to you at the site?
Yes, absolutely. If you have a local retailer in your area, absolutely go in there and try a pair on and pick a pair up that day. If you don't, definitely visit our site at durangoboots.com and the world is your oyster at that point. So you have every boot that we have online and you're able to order directly from our website.
DurangoBoots, plural.com?
Yes, ma'am. DurangoBoots.com.
Perfect. Well, I'm a boot fiend. So you know me, I'm going to be going to that website. Thank you so much, Erin. We appreciate all that you bring to us in our world of boots.
Oh, well, thank you, Devin, for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. You take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're going to take a look real quick at what's happening this weekend in the great outdoors. Thank you, TWRA.
reason we're doing this banding project is so that we can have a better understanding of the harvest rate of gobblers here in Tennessee. Ultimately, the purpose of this is so that we can understand the role that the hunting regulations play in the harvest of gobblers and ultimately the population of gobblers around the state. And so that we can predict, if we make a particular regulation change or propose a change, how it might affect, both the harvest and hunting, as well as the ultimate population of turkeys across the state of Tennessee. So to do that, what we're doing is we're banding wild turkeys, gobblers, both adult toms and the jakes, the juveniles, across the state, and then relying on hunters as they harvest birds that are banded to report those banded birds to us. As we know how many birds that are banded are recovered and harvested, we can then estimate, how many are the harvest rate across the state, how many are killed each year, and the factors that play a role in that. Things like the type of landscape that they were in, how many turkeys we think were in the area, how many hunters, and the hunting pressure that was in that area. We know weather always plays a role in how many birds are harvested each year. So those factors we can start to understand what role they play in the harvest from year to year.
You know the why, now here's the how. This weekend, starting March 27th and 28th in parts of the state of Tennessee and April 10 and 11 in other parts of the state, the Young Sportsman Turkey Hunt will take place. It's to teach and educate young hunters ages 6 through 16 about the importance of caring for and conserving the turkey population in our state of Tennessee. TWRA has all the information. They have to be accompanied by a non-hunting adult age 21 or older. You can find out about more on the spring turkey season that begins April 3rd through May 16 for everyone, or April 17 through May 16 in other parts of the state. It's a little bit different across the state of Tennessee, but TWRA.org has all the information. And to find more about the Young Sportsman Turkey Hunt, you can go to tn.gov/news. I love supporting whatever the TWRA is doing. They keep our populations cared for and healthy all across our state, no matter what season it is. And a lot of people will complain about paying tag fees and things like that, but because wildlife population in our state. Well, you know what? There's a special person in my life. We talked about Texas and boots. Well, I want to talk about Texas because right now my Tayla Lynn is down in Texas with the launch of a brand new project. We'll find more about it here. Tayla Lynn sings Loretta Lynn, a brand new album from Heart of Texas Records featuring Tayla Lynn, Loretta Lynn's granddaughter, with special guests Patsy Lynn, Tony Booth, and of course the coal miner's daughter herself. But when you listen to Tayla Lynn's story, you'll realize she's not just singing Loretta Lynn's life and Loretta Lynn's music, she's lived the songs.
I'm Tayla. I am from Franklin, Tennessee, but I now live on the Loretta Lynn ranch. I sing and tour, and we also have a farm and cows and horses and 2 kids, 2 sons. Scout is 2 and True is 5. And I'm married to my husband, John Cody. Mom got married when I was 7 years old to a man that she had known for a week, and he had just gotten out of jail. And the night that they got married, he punted me, kicked me down the hall. And I remember I fell into my lamp, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, what has just happened? Like, this is the start of something.
She taught me how to be a woman, how to love my man. She said, take care of your family, learn to farm the land. She put the song in my soul and the Lord in my life.
I graduated high school and I moved in with my other grandmother, Loretta. My grandfather had died, and so she and I moved to her house in Nashville. And I learned how to use her name. So that's where all the drugs, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I mean, and it all went together, always. And so I lived fast and I went hard, just as it was insanity. In 2004, weighed 82 pounds and had been to 7 rehabs. And somebody shared with me, if you'll just hit your knees and ask God for help, He will help you. So I went to a little chapel at Cumberland Heights, and I hit my knees and I just said, I want to be through. I want to be done, God. Please help me.
If that devil comes and knock you, I'll tell him the same. You can't stop a girl with coal dust in her veins. So when
And it was lifted. But after I'd been sober for 8 years, I had my first son, True. And during the C-section, I got Vicodin. I took the Vicodin like I was supposed to. But a couple months later, they wanted to put me on Adderall. And one Adderall led to 3 times a day to 6, 12 times a day. And I ended up moving to Seattle with my husband. And I would sit alone in that house in Seattle and take those Adderall and breastfeed my baby over and over and over again. And I would text with another man all day. I said I'd always known God, and I had, and I always knew He was there, but you push Him away. Like, I can remember thinking, He can't see this. If I won't talk to Him, then He can't see what I'm doing. But then one day my husband found all the texts, found everything I'd been doing. And the game was up, and I had to go back to rehab and leave my 10-month-old son and wake up and go, oh my God, what have I been doing? What have I been doing? When I think about who I want my boys to marry, I want to be that woman that sets the example for what I want them to have. When I lay down at night and I haven't lied, I haven't cheated, I maybe spent too much money at Target, but my gosh, it doesn't get any better than that.
I am a person in recovery from drugs and alcohol abuse. I've been sober a little over 7 years, and I am a grateful recovering alcoholic and drug addict. I can remember sitting in the chapel there and talking to one of the sponsors, and I said, I'm just so excited. Like, I haven't felt like this in so long. And she said, Tayla, do you think the word that you're feeling is hope?
you've come to tell me something, you say I ought to know that he don't love me anymore and I'll have to let him go. You say you're gonna take him, oh, but I don't think you can, 'cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Women like you, they're a dime a dozen, you could buy them anywhere. For you to get to him, I'd have to move over and I'm gonna stand right here. It'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can, 'cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Sometimes a man starts looking at things that he don't need. He took a second look at you, but he's in love with me. Well, I don't know where that leads you, oh, but I know where I stand. And you ain't woman enough to take my man. Women like you, they're a dime a dozen, you can buy them anywhere. you to get to him, I'll have to move over and I'm gonna stand right here. It'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can. 'Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. No, you ain't woman enough to take my man. Yo! The coal miners and Shelley Fairchild, thank y'all so much. Bye, Mima.
We love you, Tayla. Follow her on Insta.
I had to get that kiss in. That was a good.
So cute.
That was. Oh, girl, this is the day. We've been waiting for this day, haven't we?
We have. I'm so excited. I'm sitting out. True has decided, my 8-year-old son, that he needs to, he has found a store across from where we're playing with deer antlers. So he has learned the trick of selling stuff online. So he is in there buying papers and pens to draw pictures of deer antlers so he can sell them at the concert tonight. So I'm waiting out in the car instead of, doing what I need to be doing so he can make some cash. So that's really what's happening.
He's watched Mama at Soul Shine in Waverly selling stuff online there at your shop.
My dad came in the other day and he was talking to my little co-host, Blaine Barb, and he said, this is kind of inappropriate, but I'm going to say it anyway because I won't cuss. But he said, Tayla could sell an old bottle that she opened up with her butt, and True could just stand there and smile and sell it for $200. I said, well, that's what he said. You really believe in my sales technique, Daddy. Thank you.
I love it.
So.
I do. The first time I met you actually in person, it was like, oh my God, you're Ernie's kid.
Oh God, 100 million times over. Yes.
Well, this album has been a long time in the desire stage. Now it's coming to fruition. And tell people about how long it's taken for this all to come about.
Well, I've always assumed I would do this, but I didn't know how I could do it. And I didn't know if she'd want me to do it. And after taking the last 3 years and doing the Conway Twitty's grandson, Twitty and Lynn show, she has been so proud of me and so supportive and endorsed that tour and helped us get bookings. And I knew that the time was right. And then after I performed at the Nashville Songwriters Association Awards at the Ryman, this friend of hers actually gave me a record deal down here in Texas. And I love these people in Texas. They just became a second family so fast. And so we made it during COVID with both the boys laying around on the floor in the vocal booth. We were here for 3 or 4 days and they just were troopers, and it's taken forever to get it done, but here we are, and you can see right down my shirt. So I'm just trying to sell some seats, buy something.
I just love you.
So here we are. Oh my God.
So people can get the actual physical CD, but it's not just download.
Right. So you can pre-order the CD. I love supporting indie record labels. So of course you can buy from me, but I want the label to do well first. And I really don't want them to do well before me. I really want to do well before me, but the right godly thing to do is to tell you to buy from them. And that is the right thing. So you can pre-order from them at Heart of Texas, something, whatever, find it. And then you can get the physical copies this weekend, and I'm bringing home 500. So I'll have those at the Nashville Palace, April the 10th. And then I'm doing package deals too. I copied that from Mima. I colored my hair this morning because it's gray, because now that I'm 44, it's really coming in, Deb. And I left too much of it on, so it slicked to my head. So I'm having a problem. But anyway, you can get the physical CD. I'm doing a package too that I'm going to include a bunch of stuff. So you got to buy that from me because I'm not giving it to them.
Because you got the package.
I got the whole package as I just showed you just a second ago. I got everything that you need right here, Devin. Right here.
cool.
Tayla. Hey, tomorrow's the big day, and what's taking place down in Texas for all my people who are listening all over the world?
Well, they're having this huge festival, and I love that real old country music. I didn't even know what a fan I was of Texas country. I didn't realize it was its own world down here, but it's almost a 2-week festival. This is the last weekend, and we've got people like Tony Booth, who was on my record, and Dotsy, and the McCalls, Daryl and Mona McCall, Justin Trevino, all these like hip older artists that are down here. And so tomorrow is the last night. It's all day and all night, and tonight we're doing some stuff too. And so it's just a big dance party. They all dance. It's so fun. But I'll be going live from Tayla Lynn on Facebook tonight and tomorrow, and then I'm seeing you tomorrow again at some time. I got it written down somewhere.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that time, because I host another show at tomorrow too. So we're gonna work it all out.
Yeah, we just go. Devin and I like to play by ear. I just logged on and then dropped my phone all over the car right as we were getting on, and I'm in the truck, so I'm professional. It's fine.
I laugh because I sent you the link to this show about 7:00 in the morning, and somehow electronic flying chance it went somewhere else or didn't go to you.
Of course.
Anyway. And
I
I go,
was on there. I was like, oh no, there goes the video. Because at first I was like, well, maybe I got the time wrong. And then when my videos started coming up, I was like, oh no, I don't have the link, and there go my videos. And I guess you were like, where is she?
I went to my phone. I'm going, oh my gosh, But you know what? We did it. Tayla Lynn, we're gonna talk a little extended on my pages, because we're gonna do it Texas style tomorrow.
We're going to do Texas style tomorrow. I cannot wait. So we'll let them know what time tomorrow.
All right. Just follow my Devin O'Day page, follow Tayla Lynn's page, because we're going to go, and I might get Tayla to walk around with her phone.
I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff down here for you. I can't wait.
I cannot wait either. That's so cool. Well, I love you so much. Everybody go and pre-order tonight. The record comes out actually tomorrow's the official day.
Yes, that's right, Deb.
Woo, man. We're gonna close the show with Tayla Lynn, because Tayla Lynn is our guest. So I don't know if we can handle any more Tayla, but we can. It's just too much is not enough.
I mean, I keep trying to show you as much as possible. So I will see you tomorrow in a more appropriate outfit, but I doubt it, because I'm gonna be selling merch, so I'm gonna need to be using all I got. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much. I'm going to send you the digital record right now, Devin, so you have it.
Okay, awesome.
Right,
I love you. Love you too.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.